The Electoral Commission has held a meeting with its stakeholders to discuss its plans for the compilation of a new voters register. The Ghana News Agency brings you an interview with Dr. Bossman, who chaired the event, to explain some of the issues.
The Commission is doing whatever is proper to ensure that we have a very credible, fair and transparent elections come December 7, 2020. The cluster system basically implies grouping or adding a certain number of registration centers together to constitute one particular group. So basically, when you talk about the cluster and what the Electoral Commission is doing, this time what we are saying is that 5 registration centers will constitute one particular group or one cluster. So let's assume a district or a constituency has 50 registration centers and we are having 5 clusters. So what that means is that the registration center or the district with 50 registration centers will have 10 clusters, because 50 divided by 5 is 10. And what that means is that for the 5 registration centers that constitute a cluster, they will be numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So during the first phase, all the clusters that are number 1, registration will take place in all these areas. Then the second phase, all the clusters that are number 2, registration will take place in those areas in that particular order. So what the Commission is actually saying is that when we begin and we haven't got into your registration center, be rest assured, either the first week or the second week or the third week, the Commission will come to your place for you to also register. The Commission would like to assure the general public that whatever must be done, whatever is necessary to be done to ensure that we register in a very safe, in a very secured environment is being done. The Commission has rolled out certain safety measures which we expect each and everyone to strictly adhere to. For example, it will be required to come to the registration center in a face mask. When you come there, your temperature will be taken. We are also going to ensure that hand sanitizers are readily available before your picture is taken, before you even have your information being taken. And we are also going to ensure that each of the registration centers is going to have the Veronica bucket. So what the Commission is basically saying is that all the measures are being put in place, and we are still liaising with our health authorities. We know we have the Ministry of Health, the Ghana Health Service. These are practitioners. They know what is good to be done to ensure that we vote, we register in a safe environment. So the Commission is doing whatever is necessary, because we need to understand that Commission, our staff are involved, our temporary staff are involved, Ghanaians are involved. So we need to make sure that we are doing everything right, and we have what it takes to ensure that the registration is done in a very, very safe environment. So, and we're also going to make sure that the numbers at the registration centers are controlled. We want to ensure that the numbers are no more than 25. So once someone leaves, another person can join. And we are also liaising, working with the security agencies to ensure that the right things are done. One thing we can tell the general public is that we are committed to a free, transparent, a very fair, credible, accountable elections. And we are expecting all Ghanaians who don't have the Ghana card or the passport, if they can acquire it before the registration begins in the last week of June, that's acceptable. But if they cannot, 2 people who are registered voters on the day we begin the registration or the days after, those people should be able to guarantee for you to also register and vote come December 2020.
Thank you for watching. For more videos and news, log on to www.gna.org.gh and subscribe to the GNA social media handles below. Facebook, Ghana News Agency. Twitter, @Ghana News Agency. Instagram, Ghana News Agency 1957. And YouTube, GNA TV.